Hi everyone, good morning. It's Rita and her barky dogs. Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue and Teddy Bear and Benji. Hi, how are you all? I am, let's see, it's Tuesday morning after a holiday and after me taking a couple days off to clean, and I'm missing you guys. So glad to be back with another great project. Hi, Shelly. So this morning, hi, Lori Joe and pets. Yes, and pets. They really just need to say hello to you all, I think. Right, Teddy Bear? Yep, Teddy Bear says yep. Good morning, Christy. Hi, Denise. So this morning we're going to be back. We're back from the free SVGs from last week to more Cricut design space. And as I mentioned yesterday when we were, if you happen to catch that live where I was cleaning mats, I mentioned that we're going to be doing Halloween and also some print and cut this week. So you don't want to miss things this week. Let's see. This morning, we're going to be working on this really cute card, which I just assembled. This is it's a Robin Bob from one of our favorites, right? So it's a Robin Bob. Good morning, Penny. And it has this really cute saying, keep your candy handy, which I hadn't really thought about, but there's a hand here, candy, handy. But I really like that it's kind of like this color block thing. And I wanted to show you how it goes together, where to find it, and all of that. I'm so glad to be back, Shelly. Where to find it. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about pens because I was going, as I said, I was going through my craft studio and I cannot believe the amount of pens and mats. I seem to have a glut of them, and it's come up from time to time about how to store them. So I wanted to show you how I store them. Now you might get, your mileage may vary, just like with the mats. I mean, there's still people saying, well, just use this or use, this stuff from the dollar store. But, and maybe that works for them. But for me, I've always just found that cleaning the mats and letting them drip dry really works. So, yes, this is a cool card. So, welcome everybody. Good morning, and let's just dive right in. So, in planning for this week and also doing some cleaning and stuff, I wanted to focus a little bit more on Halloween and going forward some more autumn stuff and Thanksgiving things. But I'm going to be peppering in some new, I got to take a step back and sort of think about different things and what people have asked for. And one of the things that I want to introduce on Thursdays is a mystery material segment. So I want to take some of the odd materials. This week we're going to do window cling. And I don't want to say odd, but they're just they're like, what do I do when I say mystery materials? Like some people just look at them and like, what do I do with this? So we're going to be doing like window cling, adhesive foil, acetate, wood, chipboard, what's the other thing? Felt. I'm sure I'm missing something. Oh, craft board, chipboard. I don't know if I said chipboard. So all of those different mystery materials that you might have in your stash that you're not really sure how to use. We're going to each week. Oh, mystery material Mondays. Mondays would work. Because Monday already passed. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do this week on Thursday and then on Mondays doing mystery materials. But I hope you guys like that idea because when I was cleaning my craft room, I just came across so many different things, and I'm really appreciative of the Cricut group, the team there, that they put out so many different things. Oh, it's the other one. It's a type of wood. Oh, the veneers. We all got veneers, I think, in the last mystery box. And I think a lot of people are like, okay, this is really awesome, but what do I do with it? And how can I cut it? Okay, so fabric too is another one. So we'll be doing that once a week until we go through them all, which I highly doubt we'll get through them all by the end of the year. So that's going to be one thing. And then, other things like tools and accessories and stuff, I think that it's worth sort of penciling in our calendar about that. So let's see. Yeah, I love to refresh my mind when when I have that time. Usually I'm kind of tunnel vision, like I've got to plan for the week and get the crafts ready and figure out what I'm going to talk about. So this was a really good break for me. So this cutie pie of a card is really just like a piece together. I'm going to just show you all the different pieces. So the head is actually like or the face, I should say. It's actually 3 colors, and here is the base. And then this is put together too, like with all these little pieces. And in my example, what I chose to do was to do a little bit of glitter. I don't know if you can see it, but I put a little bit of glitter here under the pumpkin to make it look illuminated. And then I also gave him some glitter lapels here. So I thought that was kind of cute. And then what's really cool about this is it has this insert, which gives the card quite a bit of heft. So it's not too heavy on the front. This is an insert, so it has basically the black in the back, and also these 2 layers here, and there's some writing. And one of the other things I found when I was cleaning and stuff was oodles and oodles of pens. Oh my gosh, look at this. These are just my regular pens. There's extra fine and the regular and the marker type pens, and I put them all in this kind of candy shop jar. And then what I did I took all of my gel pens, glitter gel and regular pens. I couldn't find a better box, and I think I need to put some vinyl on this, but I only happened upon this idea of using my HP Instant Ink. This is my HP Instant Ink box. So the thing about gel pens, and that includes the glitter gel pens, is that you have to store them differently than you do every other pen. So you have to store them flat, like so that, because they've got a lot of juicy ink inside. And so you have to store them flat. And I was storing them with their tip facing down like the others. And I just started thinking, I really need to store these flat because I keep telling people to store them flat. So I came up with this idea of putting them in this box. So these are all my gel pens and my glitter gel pens, except for this one, it's in the wrong box. But the rest of my pens get stored tip side down. And as you can see, it's quite a collection. I've collected them over the years, and they do last quite a long time, as long as you keep them in tip side down and with the caps on, obviously. But one of the things that when I tell people to do them tip side down, they often give me a puzzled look because they just think they should put it in this way. But actually, if you think about it, the ink is here in the barrel, and by storing it tip side down, it keeps that point, whatever that point might be, really juicy. But one of the great things that also about Cricut pens is that they indicate on the bottom. Let me see if I can get one that you can read better. This is XF, so it means extra fine. So that I know is going to be a 0.4 or 3. This is a 0.3 pen. And then there's also, so there's XF, there's F for fine. Here you go. And there's M for medium. And I think there's also a C for calligraphy, if I can find one. Now, this is not the case with the older. Here are some of the older ones. And you can tell because they don't say the size, but most of the older ones are just the 0.4. Yeah, and black pens, I use, oh, the extra fine. Yeah, I think I have it in, I don't know. I have a lot of pens. But also on the gel, there's GG for glitter gel. And on the regular gel, there's G for gel. Can it show up? G for gel. It's not showing up. It's there, I promise you. I don't know why it's not zooming in on it. Oh, well, there it is, G. Okay, so that is a good reason to store them tip-side down, because then you can just look at them and see the color and the letter and pick out the pen that you want, okay? So that's my little thing about pens. Pens really do last quite a long time. So let's talk about this card, this little Franken monster card. And here is the piece that has the writing, and you see this goes behind it, has these little cutouts and goes behind it. And yeah, I love to use them like writing stuff, like my grocery list. I don't know, for some reason my grocery list needs a little bit of flair with the glitter gel or something. I don't know. But yeah, I use it all the time. So let me show you where to find this card. It is in a Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to go to Images, which is right here in the middle on the left-hand side. And we're going to go to Image Sets, because that's my favorite place about Cricut Design Space. So we'll go to Image Sets, and we're going to look at our Rob and Bob image sets. And I only type in raw. I didn't put best of, because I wanted to point out that there are these, here's the one that we normally go to, which is right, the best of Rob and Bob. But then I got to talk to the folks over at Cricut, because there are two of the exact same image sets. This one has an A, which means it's for Access subscribers, right? But when you click on it, it doesn't seem, oh, it does. It said, nope, it doesn't. All right, so it says there's 49 images in there, but it returns zero images. But then if you go here to the same thing without the A, it does open up, but I don't think that was an intentional thing. I'm hoping that they somehow fixed this on the side of it being Cricut Access, because there's some really cute things here, including this owl and a Halloween. These are all Halloween things, and this cat, which I really like. So I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, right? It's kind of weird. So I'm going to ask them today about that. But there are a couple of really cool things here that you should be aware of that are part of Cricut Access. And that is, where is it? There's a Very Merry Christmas, which has quite a few just Christmas cards. And then there's this lovely Happy Day Wedding Suite, which has a lot of pen work on it. And then up here, Animal Crackers and Garden Whimsy. And then this is a new addition. So I think they're working on these things. So we're going to go to the best of Rob and Bob, it is just chock full of different images, and there are quite a few Halloween ones. There's some great Christmas ones and Thanksgiving. And so I wanted to point them out to you. So this one here, which you can't really see in the picture, it's a they call it Mr. Bone Jangles card, which is similar to the Frankenstein card that we're doing, which is also here, but you can't really see it. So I'm going to pull it into Design Space just so you can see this. And the great thing about these particular cards, and there's also this one that says Boo, and then there's this one with the witches. So I think there's 4. I'm trying to think if there's any more Halloween-y type things. There's a couple of really great Thanksgiving ones that we're going to do, and then lots of Christmas. So those are the 4 that I found in the best of Rob and Bob, and one of them we're going to put together. But I just wanted to show you what they look like. This is our original, and let me just move it all over so you can see how they come in. So this one, I'm just going to move this over. Sorry. Move over. Let me grab this whole thing, group it so I can hide it. So this one here is the skeleton one with the haunted house, which comes in at a bigger size than this one here. So what I did do is let me just erase this. So what I did do is it comes in this really small size, which is like 4 inches wide. So don't cut it that size. You do need to resize it. And to get a really good understanding of the size, I did this in a 5x7, but again, you could do an A2. And if you, yes, project, I'm going to get to that. Okay, Sarah? So we need to resize it, and you may see on the right-hand side, which Sarah did right away, good eye, Sarah, is that we've got the little caution sign where if you click on it, it says the pen is incompatible. It's not the project that's incompatible here. It's the pen. And some of the older images or just some random images before they switched to the selection with all of the pens came in this way where you have to choose the pen. So in this case, we're going down to this layer, which is attach, and there is our little triangle. So what we need to do is to go up here where it's line type, right next to line type, it says multiple, and you're going to choose, wait, I just want to make sure I choose that particular layer. So it says draw with a question mark, okay? So this is where you need to change or like assign a pen. And don't be so like, which one do I choose? It's just any old one. I always just choose the top one, which is black. And you notice once I did that problem resolved. Okay. And let's talk about sizing. So I wanted to make this big because I could show you. So I wanted this to be a 5x7 inch card. Sometimes you can just resize and just look at which, like, so for instance, this is a 5x7 inch card. So it means it's 5 this way and 7 this way. Okay. But you notice that they've put the interior side by side here, and which makes it a little bit difficult. So what I would do is in my head makes it a little difficult, maybe not in yours, but in my head. So I would ungroup this and I would move this over. You can just move it over so that it's sort of behind the head there, right? And let's just align. Align left, I think. Nope. Align right. Okay. Sorry, I was playing around with the line, but I'm not going to show that to you. But anyway, so by moving it over to that, and I just group it, I am able to sort of look at the size and say, okay, the width is comes in at 9.65, but I want it to be 10 inches, so I'm going to choose it to 10, and you'll notice that the height automatically adjusts, and it's just over 7 inches. That will still fit in a card, okay? I mean an envelope. So this is a 5x7. Now, if you want to do an A2 size card, which is slightly smaller, and you can certainly do that, you would make it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Uh-oh, Babs is doing work on her house. Oh no. We having somebody come and fix where the plumber fell through. Poor plumber. So this is resizing, and let me show you how to cut it out. And I want to give you a tip about the writing. Okay. Does the Cricut cut stamped images? Stamped. The Cricut does do cut. It cuts through print and cut, which we're going to cover this week. But stamped images, I'm not really sure. Could you explain that a little bit better, Roxanne? So that I can understand. Does the Cricut cut stamp? Okay. So, all right, let's show you what this looks like when cut out. Now, when you cut this out, remember that we can move things around. And one of the things that I always do, it's just habit, is I always cut out two of a project, simply because it's just so, for me, I put one together and then I demo the other. So I always switch it to two. You don't have to do that, but that's what I do. But I would caution you, if you do that, sometimes there are little pieces like this piece that sort of go outside of the 11 inches and 11 by 8.5. Now you could switch this material size to 8.5 by 11, but after a while you'll kind of get so that you can tell when something is within that range. So here's 11 inches. This is my 11-inch line. So I know that if I move these little squares over, it will cut within that page, okay? And then the lapels, I decided I'm going to cut with glitter. So I'm glad they appear on their own mat, but if they didn't appear on their own mat, I could move them to their own mat, and that I can do by doing the triple dot like we've done before. You do the triple dot where you do move object, and then we could create or put it on a particular mat, right? But we're not going to do that because we already have them on their own mat. Now, here's the other thing. So the yellow, I wanted, like 2 cards, right? So I wanted the yellow, these portions of the yellow to be glitter, but I didn't need for these portions to be glitter. So I want to move these to their own mat. And so I'm going to click on the triple dot and do move object. And this time I'm going to choose new. And I will choose, you just have to pick a color. And so we're going to move it to its own. We have to do both of them. So triple dot, move object, and we're going to move it to its own thing. That way we can cut with glitter on this, even though it shows as the same color. We can cut it out with glitter and not have to go back and change our color on our canvas. Okay. And then here is the writing portion. I want to show you what happens with writing if you forget to put your pen in. So I want to show you that. And then these are just the other mats. Okay. Can cut images that I stamp or can print images on a patterned paper. That it doesn't do that, Roxanne. That's interesting. I have to take a look at those. Oh, well, I don't know a whole lot about the Brother Scan and Cut. The one thing, and when people ask me about machine types, the one thing I always tell them is, I really feel like, they all have their benefits, but the thing I like most about Cricut is the support. And so like people like me, or even the Cricut folks, they really are invested in their customer base. So I don't know if that's available in the Brother. I don't feel like it's that available in the Silhouette. So that's why I've always leaned towards Cricut, is that they're very innovative and they're very into their customers. Okay. So that's how I chose initially to do, to choose which machine to buy, but it is up to you, obviously, and there are other cutters on the market, and so it's just an educated decision that you got to make here. So let's do this one particular canvas mat, loss of words. I'm going to choose medium cardstock, and this one here has a pen, but I'm going to pretend like I forgot to do the pen, and I want to show you how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to put in the mat, but you notice I haven't put in the pen. Now, have we done with the pens before? You know, it writes before it cuts. So I'm going to hit this button. I know there's no pen in there, but let's say I'm just distracted, forgot to put the pen in there, and you'll notice that the machine starts to write as if, right. So see this here? It's writing without the pen in place, okay? And so I want to show you a little bit of a trick. So pause there. Let me see if I can show you this over here. Okay, so hit pause. You don't have to start this all over. So what you need to do is put your pen in there and hit the pause button again. It will continue on into doing the design, but it has missed certain letters, and I want to show you what we can do. Okay, hold, click, close, go. Right, exactly, David. So it's now cutting out whatever, you know how it cuts out. It doesn't always just cut it out exactly as it's written. So this is going to be hard to, like, if I take it out now, I'm going to have only half the writing, and I could choose two different things. I could try to handwrite it myself, or try to put it back through the machine to do the initial writing. So let me show you. I'm going to choose option number 2, and I'm going to show you how to do this little trick as it continues to cut out. Yes, this is my little gold cutie here, my little gold cutie, and you guys were talking about my green cutie that came up on the image. That was a gift from the Cricut. Yeah, I don't know, Roxanne. They're always coming out with new things, you know. They're always coming out with new innovations. This is, again, one of the reasons why I really love Cricut, is that they didn't just kind of launch a machine and say, here you go. I mean, they really put a lot of effort into supporting it. So for example, I know I had an individual problem with print then cut, and I know a couple other people were having it, and it got resolved, and then they did an update and it sort of undid, and I reported it, and they went back and fixed it, and now I can do print then cut. And over the weekend I was playing around with print then cut stickers, and so I do definitely have to show you how to do those, because those are so much fun. It's okay, Amy. Babs is having house difficulties. Okay, see you, Bren. Bren's heading out. So we're still just waiting for the rest of this to finish writing. There's a lot of writing here. It seems like it's almost done. And now it's going to start doing the cutting, okay? So as soon as it's almost done, it does say 100% on the drawing, right? But it's still doing the drawing. Now it's going to do the cutting. So once it does the cutting, what we want to do is leave the mat in the machine, okay? We're going to leave the mat in the machine, because, and I'm not sure if I can show you this, but see this first line of the writing is not showing up because we didn't put the pen in time. Now, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I am like the most distracted crafter in the world, and so oftentimes I will forget to put either the pen or the scoring stylus in, and rather than have to take the mat out and put it back in, I use this little trick, a hack, if you will. So Dawn, at 8.5 by 11 inch paper to make this card, and there are a lot of mats on this card, so and I didn't have a whole lot of scraps, so I'm using 8.5 by 11 inch paper, and I'm doing it at 5 by 7 for the entire card, and everything fits on 8.5 by 11, and I'm able to do 2, and I can show you the mats, but most of the individual like little piece images they fit on one sheet. The only one I have to cut 2 different sheets for is the black. Okay, I know, right? You try to be like, oh, I'm going to get this all set up. And then you get distracted and the paper is not attached to the mat or whatever. So now it's done cutting, okay? But do not take it out of the machine because you are going to have a problem with alignment. So you have to keep it in the machine. And then what you're going to do is hit the C. Even though this is blinking, avoid that. Hit the C again, and it will start doing exactly the same thing as it did before, which is the writing, right? So we're going to, it's deciding, but I don't know if you can see there, but that first line isn't done. So it's now going in the same order it was at the first cutting and writing. So all I have to do is kind of keep an eye on my machine and see where it's just going to do the space that it missed. Just almost done there. And then when I'm ready, I think that's done. I'm gonna hit pause and let me just check. I think it's all done, and I'm gonna eject. And now, instead of having half of it written out, it's all done. Let me just peel this off. So now I have, with even being a distracted crafter and not putting it there, okay? So always keep in mind that you can run, for whatever reason, you can run a mat through twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever you want to do. So, for instance, if I were going to be making the exact same project 25 times, you do not need to change your project copies or even like duplicate the image 25 times on your canvas. All you'd have to do is create this one mat and just continue to cut out that particular mat 25 times, if that makes sense, okay? And Dawn, here is what the mats look like with 2. So this is the white piece, and this is the only one that I had to use 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11, the black. All right, so let's put this together so you can see how it goes together. It's so easy. It's just a piece thing. It's a piecing thing. So here's our main piece. And here is the writing piece. So what we're going to do is use our trusty glue, the art glitter glue, and we're going to, I have a little, for some reason, the little sticker. I want to make sure that I clean out my, okay. So we're going to use a little bit of glue on that blue piece. We're going to put it on the yellow piece so that the stars come peeking through. It also gives a nice thickness to the card. And then it goes inside of this piece. I'm going to go up a little higher so you can, yeah. So it goes inside of this piece, which is folded here. And put that in there, and that's how you achieve the inside with the sentiment inside, which is pretty cool. Now let's work on the front. So here's how his head goes together. Let's do the head first. So the head is 3 in addition to the black. So there's white, and then the next layer that has less cut than the other green, and then this lighter sort of neon-y green like this. So when it goes on here, the black seeps through for the mouth, eyes, and eyebrows, and you leave this little space at the top to indicate the hair or the top of the head. So let me just put a little tiny bit of glue. When you're putting this together, don't put glue on the ears because it's it sticks out. There's nothing that it backs to. So don't put it on the ears. And then we'll just put this here. Boop. Okay, and then we have to do the white. And then we put it onto the black. So simple. I love how layers work like this. Now it goes down here on this line. And there's the hair. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then comes his like shirt with his lapel, which I cut out in the glitter. So let's just put a little bit of dot. Remember, not a lot of glue here, just enough to keep it sticking. And this goes here for the lapel. It goes under his face. Like this. Oops. Yep. And then all that's left is the hand and the candy pumpkin, the pumpkin holder. So we've got, this is my glitter piece, and then we've got a little piece to indicate the candy on the top, and then this is going to go over it. Now, one thing is when you're doing glue on glitter, this is where you do need to be a little more heavy-handed because glitter is not very smooth, and so it needs a little extra glue to catch it. That's the only time that I would recommend using a little extra glitter because a little extra glue because of the what do you call it, of the glitter cardstock. This has a thing on the back. Okay, and when you're gluing the pumpkin, just do the pumpkin face, not the handle, which we're gonna do later. This goes on here. Boop. Just like that. Then we've got the hand, right? It has to be holding, and even here is a little cuff. All right, now we just have to put it onto our card. I think it would be cute with the little thing here, and we're gonna put the hand here so it looks like it's really holding the pumpkin. So let's do the pumpkin first. This is where you can put a little tiny bit of glue on the handle. And I'm going to put it like right here, I think. Put a little too much glue on that handle. And then my hand, or his hand, I should say. Just little dots. Not a lot. All right. And that's our card. How cute is that? Okay, so yeah, just really cute. Do you like this card, first of all? And then Emmy's asking, iron on. Oh, print then cut. So we're talking about print then cut. Okay, I've been hesitant to glue on my mat. Does the art glitter glue remove from it easily? I do not think that it does. Do you mean this mat here, Constance? No, I can feel it on here, and I've actually taken like a scraper, like a really, not even this scraper, but I've taken a scraper and just kind of do this to get up these pieces on my self-healing mat. But it's the least, of my problems because I don't want to ruin my desk underneath it. Okay, so That's our card. Remember, it's from the Rob and Bob, the Best of Rob and Bob collection. And it's a really simple, goes together really well, easy card. And I hope that you learned a few new tricks today too. Tomorrow, I'm trying to think what we're doing tomorrow. I have a list somewhere, but we'll probably continue on with some Halloween. I think, is it window cling tomorrow? Oh, I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday. So we'll probably do window cling tomorrow. There's a couple of Halloween window clings that you can do, or even just autumn window clings, which are really fun. I'm going to show you how to use those. Then I have an alternative use for window cling that I want to show you to make stickers like decals out of layered vinyl that makes it easy to remove the window cling so you can put it up for a brief time, like on a window, and take it off and reuse it going forward. So that's kind of a fun little technique that we're gonna talk a little bit about tomorrow. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming. This is Rita, as you know, Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Hey, I wanted to tell you, I am 20 people from hitting my 8,000 follower goal on YouTube. 20 people. So if you know a few people or anybody, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, and if you're listening to this at the replay, I would so appreciate if you could subscribe, because I want to hit that goal. I was trying to hit it by September 1st, and then I kind of changed it to Labor Day. So Labor Day was yesterday. So boy, would it feel good to have 8,000 people as subscribers on my YouTube channel by the end of today. Thanks everybody for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to see you all tomorrow, and have a great day. Have a great crafting day, and take care of yourselves, and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.